Back to our top story now. Runaway fires have already gutted part of St. Francis Bay, that's in the Eastern Cape. Authorities in the Western Cape are now on high alert. ENCA's Lester Kivitt has more on this story, and he joins us live now. Lester, good morning to you. So why are Western Cape authorities on tenterhooks this morning? Are there possible fires there that may start?
Well, it's quite an interesting scenario that we have here in Cape Town, particularly at the moment. There's been some unseasonably cool and wet weather over the last few days, but that doesn't mean that in the next few days and weeks it won't get hotter and windier, particularly here in the southwestern Cape, where we are now firmly into our fire season here. Now with me is Linton Rensburg of Working on Fire. Linton, you were telling me earlier that actually fighting fires is just a small percentage of what Working on Fire actually does. It's about the preventative measures that you guys undertake. Just tell me, what do you do when everything is calm and normal here, waiting for that call out to come fight a fire?
Well, Esther, the important thing that what our program does is we implement what we call integrated fire management, which just loosely it's about preparing ourselves for fire season. So our firefighters here in the Western Cape, 700 of them at 27 bases throughout the province, have done a lot of preventative work. They've done their fire breaks. They've helped landowners with fuel load reduction. We've had a very successful fire awareness campaign throughout the province. We've also gone into communities, particularly communities that are at risk to wildfires, and taught them how to be fire safe during this fire season. So a lot of the work that we do, it's about our prevention, it's about reducing the fire risk. And on a day like this, when our firefighters are not, or when they are on standby, they do a lot of base maintenance, they do a lot of health and safety checks. So the whole important thing about this Western Cape fire season, we've seen now the unseasonal fires that we've had in October and in November in the Garden Route, all talking towards climate change and global warming. So you would have seen yesterday, on the past weekend, we had a hot weekend and all of a sudden a lot of cool weather. So it is all about how we prepare for fire season, Lester.
I think what I appreciate about Working on Fire is that you have crews that you can call on throughout the country. You were telling me earlier there's a crew from the Western Cape currently based here, from the Free State rather, currently based here in Newland. So it's really a national effort, and it also goes to show that while it may be a fire season now here in the Western Cape, it's rainy up north, but that doesn't mean in mid-year that these crews that are based here can be sent up country at a different time of the year.
Well, Lester, the great thing about this National Department of Environmental Affairs program is its ability to deploy firefighters across the country. We saw in October and November this year, we had 500 firefighters in the George, in the Garden Route area. We have 500 firefighters that are on national standby, that are coming into the Western Cape, should they be required to do so. We currently have a team from Kroonstad, of the Free State team based in Kroonstad, that are right here camping at the Newlands base. They are on standby here for the next couple of weeks. I think that's the important thing, but also not forget that apart from our 700 ground crews, we have aircraft, we have 14 fixed-wing spotter planes, we have 9 Huey helicopters, we have 4 air tractor water bombers that are providing the bulk of the aerial firefighting support. And also we have got a very large fire trucks, our strike units, and a lot of transport involved in terms of our buses that are transporting crew around the province. So it's quite a major operation, and I think we are quite ready for the Western Cape wildfire season.
Now, just at the moment, we're sitting with some cool, very almost misty weather here where we are standing out, but that doesn't mean in other parts of the Cape Town it's actually quite warm. Just what monitoring equipment do you use to say, okay, we're looking at this situation at the moment, this could be a potential fire, and how quickly do you get to respond to that, to react to that?
So just to put the Working on Fire program into context, we're providing a firefighting resource to either the Provincial Disaster Management Centre, to district and local fire brigade services. So all the monitoring in terms of looking at the fire hotspots, that comes through the Provincial Disaster Management Centre. We also have the National Disaster Management Centre that is doing that. So our responsibility is that when there is a fire and that a fire that needs a rapid response, our resources together with the other local fire services are able to be deployed within minutes. Our aircraft, you see the helicopters behind us, they can be airborne within 5 minutes and they can reach a particular point within about 7 minutes.
Linton Rensburg, they're talking about that rapid response that of working on fire does in being deployed to fires not only here in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, but all around the country. And this is some of the work that's being done by a group like Working on Fires, assisting provincial and municipal structures who have their own firefighting teams. So it really is about this intergovernmental effort, as we've seen in Georgia, Neisner in October this year, where provincial, municipal, as well as agencies like Working on Fire reacting to those fires, and we really hope that they won't be needed over this Western Cape fire season, but if they do, they say they'll be ready to assist.
Lester Kivitt live for us at the tip of the Table Mountain in Cape Town.